Namaste, angels. I'm going to do another client reading. It's for one of the clients that I did already. Actually, I don't know if it was her or me or the two of us, but it seems somebody, um, one or both, was affected by Mercury retrograde, and suddenly she lost sound. So I haven't even looked. I haven't had an opportunity to look at it. My semester's almost over. Um, so I've had some stuff to do there. In addition to the readings that I've been doing for the collective and the personal ones, um, yeah, I had like homework to do because I have to get some stuff in. I think the last day of school is the 28th of April, and then hashtag turn up, because I've been at it for a long time, like hard, hard. And this last class, this one project management professor is very ugh. I don't even know how to describe him, but he has us do stuff over and over and over again. You leave a little thing out or don't do it the way he envisioned it was to be done, and you get a 50. And I'm talking about people like me and other people, who are degree holders and everything already, and it's like a 50. Like what do you mean a 50? And he's like, well, you left this, you didn't dot this I. And I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. Like, the whole semester has been like pulling teeth or whatever. All of a sudden he started giving me all these hundreds and everything, like changing my grades. Because I was like, I don't think I should bother to put too much effort. I was honest with him. He said, I'm gonna, I'll complete the other thing, but I don't think I should put too much effort into it. I'm an accountant by profession. So, time and energy valuation is what I do for a living. This is a waste of time, a waste of energy. If this is all I'm going to get out of it, I'm going to put a bunch of into it. I'm not going to get much out of it. That doesn't make sense. That's not logical. Um, he said, no, look at your grades again, because he had like corrected some stuff and changed some stuff. So anyway, I was doing that, and oh my God, the ascension. First of all, I heard Bobby Smurda again. So it was 2 days in a row, Bobby Smurda, hot news. And I was like, this ascension is coming. But I thought it was like more. I mean, it still can be like collective, and maybe more so, um, out of the collective, the masculine. I wasn't expecting myself to be hit the way that I was, but yesterday, like despite my B12 shot and everything, I had to lay the hell down, which is very abnormal for me. Like, I'm not a sleeper. My viewers will tell you, my loyal regular viewers who are usually up with me at night, messaging back and forth or something, will tell you, like, I'm never asleep. But I sure was yesterday. So it is what it is. In any case, I went through that whole long thing to say I haven't had an opportunity to look at this young lady's video and try to figure out what the heck went on, why the sound disappeared after 11 minutes. Um, so I decided to do another spread, but with different cards, just in case that does come back, that sound does come back, or if I'm able to upload the file again, this time with the sound, hopefully, or some, who knows, whatever. Um, if that's the case, I want to be able to do it, and so I didn't want to use the same cards because, again, those of you who watched me, for a while, or with any kind of like loyalty, so to speak, may know that like the same cards will turn up. Like if I do a reading, let's say I do a reading for this weekend, and in the middle of the weekend it's also a full moon, so I'm doing a full moon reading and I'm doing a reading for the day. A lot of the cards are the same. The energy didn't change in that moment or whatever, just because I decided to do another reading. So I didn't want her to have potentially the same reading over and over, or for me to use my energy that way. Speaking of wasting energy, so I decided to pull out different cards, and guess what? Hashtag creepy deck. I figured let's see if we can see any actual like detail to this story. We're gonna begin with family, which this family is probably one of the creepiest pictures of all, at least in my opinion, in this deck. These people just look really odd. Uh, Opening two. Wow, this is nice. I like opening to this. Speaking of Mercury retrograde, maybe that's why she's getting some communication. Maybe that's why the sound didn't come through. Maybe the universe didn't want us to give away the secret, of what's going to go down. Communication is back. Opening to new love. New love back. And now passion. I see that redhead girl trying to come out through the bottom. Passion. Opposite new love. So I think this is like your relationship anew. We saw a lot of that in that first spread that I did, that you did hear, with the cross and everything. Pass it back. I'll go one more. And it's karma. So somebody dealing with some karmic lessons, as they're called. Could be you, could be the masculine, could be both. If you wonder why some things happen, this is why. And sometimes we say, but like, what karma is this of mine? Like, I didn't do anything to deserve this. You know, unfortunately, sometimes we're born with some of this, like, it's kind of like that thing, born with sin, and you say, how could a baby be born with sin on it? That doesn't make any sense. But it's karma, basically. And wow, and that family's back. Isn't that something? It's like we can even carry karma from past lives. We can carry it from other people in our family, ancestors. They could have sort of, you know, put a quote unquote like curse on the family. And even in church, you hear about stuff like that, like how they say like a generational curse, basically. It's generational blockage of blessings because somebody long ago did something. So even if you didn't. So this is the kind of stuff that we're working to clear away right now. And this creepy family is back. I'm going to shuffle in my hand for a second to get an overall energy and lay you some cards. Ooh, overall energy is gossip. So maybe you needed to know this. People in or wanting to be in, trying to be in your business. Maybe judging. Talking about you, talking about the masculine, both maybe. Could be individual or connected. Like you could have somebody that the masculine doesn't even know. You know, somebody you went to school with that gossips about you and talks about you, and this is trying to put negative energy and vibes upon you and in your direction. It has nothing to do with him. They don't even know him. But it does affect overall, right, the energy around us. But I think in this case, this does have to do with him, with the overall energy of the spread being gossip. And I was just shown as I tried to put the cards down that behind that is control, also upright. And then behind that, short term. So maybe this fuckery, not for much longer. This is somebody who's trying to pull the strings in your relationship. They don't belong there. So their days are numbered, essentially. Masculine is past love, so he's dealing with a past life relationship right now. Maybe an ex. Could be the mother of his children if he has children. Something, and could be a karmic situation with her. It might be, she may be the one who's talking stuff, who's trying to pull the strings, maybe, you know, for the two of you, or at least in his life. She won't be able to do this much longer. It's about money. Okay, that's why she's trying to do this. Maybe she wants child support. Maybe she gets child support already, but she's trying to get more. She's trying to pull not only his strings, like his purse strings, you know, run his life by controlling money. But it's like he's got her number, but he doesn't know what to do about it yet, I think, because it's like a karmic situation. You, Ice King. Ice King comes across to me very Aries, very Leo, so two fire signs, and I've been having pulling a lot of fire energy cards that have been signs of conflict and jealousy and stuff like gossip and all that. This card also says to me air sign with the Ice King. It's very Gemini, very Aquarian, very Libra. More so Gemini and Aquarian. I mean Libra too, but Libra's about justice, and like I don't really get justice from this, but I get Ice. I do get Ice King, and I get Leo from the White Horse, and I get Aries from this very like pushy, authoritative, trying to want to be at least person. And maybe that's what she is. Maybe she's a fire sign too. And I always try to clarify that I'm not just talking down about fire signs. I myself am a Leo rising, and I believe once we begin ascension, we're more so our rising sign than anything. So I'm like more Leo possibly than Gemini. But it is what it is. Okay, these fire signs, particularly Leo and Aries, have been coming through with a lot of really funky, aggressive energy, and they need to sit down, have a seat. I think that may be the case here. The feminine is surrounded by true love, which is awesome. Um, but obstacles. This obstacle sort of diagonal to these kids. These, not to say children are an obstacle. It sounds horrible when you say it that way. But this situation here, a block, I think, to this. Also, money maybe money as a result of this, because this thing with the masculine wanting to go like old school all the time and be the provider, not being willing necessarily to take a chance and start these unions, start these relationships, without him having, it's very methodical, all the stuff that they want to have in order, and then, before they approach you a certain way. It's all very interesting. But that could be what that is, so money is an obstacle because he has to be able to put money into the children too, and he's prioritizing them because the way you were raised, the way he was raised, is that's what you do. They come first, and if that's the case, she has to come first, even though the relationship is over, because she's sort of making it that way. Like maybe she won't let me see my kids. I mean, all this crazy stuff, which is illegal, by the way. But that kind of thing, it comes up. I think men forget that they have the right, to go to court too, and to solve these things that way. And a lot of them these days going to court and finding out they're not even the fathers. Even guys that, the kid looks just like me. Well, that's interesting because it's not yours. I don't know if you people watch, Maury and all these things, because I actually don't anymore. But when I was watching it, the last few times I saw it, it was stuff like that. It was people who were saddened because they couldn't believe it, that the kid wasn't there. It's like, it looks just like me, and my whole family's been there, and well, it's not yours. So that's one aspect. Let's see what else we see. Crowning is this past life again. So right now, this is sort of taking like precedent over everything. This past life issue, you just have to deal with it. Get past this place. At the root, however, he's here wanting to be the courting man, but he needs his money. And it's like wrapped up short term. Remember, it's only short term with this. At the heart of the matter, long distance. So there may be some separation between you guys. And that may be what the long distance is here for. Another meaning for long distance, because there's always dual meanings for me. Again, worrying about being separated from his children if he doesn't allow their mother to pull the strings, but also it's like the relationship able to go a long distance as well. You see how that works? Like to go the distance, as they say. That you ever heard that saying before? The next card is upright. I'm going to pull it for the obstacles. Dark male. Dark male is an obstacle. That's interesting. Well, dark male, maybe what's trying to get ahead. Now I have him on top. He's trying to get ahead or atop the obstacle. Dark male may be your man. The next card is upside down. I'm going to go on to, I also pulled out my numerology deck. Beginning with adventure. And opening to physical activity. This is the need to, maybe in order to go on this adventure, you need to be fit. I know the universe wants us all in shape and for different things. The females, for one thing, to be able to have children, we got to, try to get healthy, start to get healthy. But just in general, to be able to take on all this energy of ascension, it can beat you up. And we got to be in the right health to do that too. Because what happened was, years and years and years ago, when angels and or cosmic beings were first sent here to do this, they were further elevated than us, but they couldn't withstand it. They couldn't stay like that. Once they got down here and they started, partaking in what the planet Earth had to offer and all of that, the universe had to descend them, right? They had to be like de-escalated, decompressed, because it was too much. And so now in reverse, we're being ascended. We need to be in shape in order to take on the energy, or it could, like, kill certain people. I mean, they wouldn't allow that to happen, and that's why they're doing it methodically like this. But one of the steps we have to take in order to be able to go on the adventure, we got to start trying to get in shape, and working on ourselves as an individual, right? We have to be able to become whole separately so that we can come together. Like, when this energy has been cleared, then what? You want to be able to come together. So in order to do that, you got to work on yourself as a whole first. Adventure back. And another sign of communication forthcoming. Communication. And speaking of healing. Now we have communication 33, opposite healing 66, 99. That's a lot of like ending to maybe the painful things also, but also born, like new beginnings comes with 9 too. Communication is back and opening to self-love. So this goes hand in hand with that, not only exercise and physical activity, but that individuality part. Self-love is back. I'm going to cut. And healing is back. And those double fives with adventure before, and now you have 1 5. So this 5 stands for change. Double fives together equal 10 equals 1, new beginning. This is a change, a clearing of energy to give way to new energy. Maybe after Mercury is out of Aries. Mercury's going into Aries, I think, this coming week. If it hasn't happened already. Maybe when it goes back into Taurus, is when this will be cleared out. This energy of this like ice, overbearing ice king will have expired. Maybe that's the short term. The top past love is environment. The masculine needs to change his environment. He needs to clear certain people, places, and things from around him. And I think we know what that is. The top children is parenting. Okay, he's got this situation that he needs to deal with. He may need to go to court. I don't know how willing he, or not he is to do that, but that may be a way to take back control of his own life, take it away from her. A top money is spiritual partnership. So as I was saying before, he wants the funds to be able to do things the way he wants to do them, which he considers the quote unquote right way. With him, how do you say? Him being the provider. A top ice king is spiritual career. This is interesting. Maybe this is for you. A dual meaning for this is for you to be aggressive in that sense. I don't know what you're doing for a living. I remember you're going to school or something, but maybe you need to pursue something, some sort of interest in an aggressive manner, like an Aries or like a Leo would do, like not backing down and go get what you want. A top true love is domestic harmony. So this is to what you have to look forward when the negative energy is cleared away. Atop the dark male is new beginnings with the dark male. Once the obstacles have been overcome, right? This dark male just overcame the obstacles and now gives way to a new beginning. A top past life is happy ending. Crowning is happy ending. So it all works out in the end. A top courting man, he's seeking forgiveness. He offers it to. He comes bearing it, but he's also seeking it. And so it'll be like forgiveness here in the middle that you need, and that will allow you to have a new beginning in this spiritual partnership together. Crossing domestic harmony, crossing parenting. So forgiveness, maybe even for having these children. I don't know if the children are before or after you, or maybe forgiveness for something else in connection to the children. Maybe for all this mess. I'm sorry I brought this to you into your life. He's also going to bring the domestic harmony too. Or at the heart of the matter, atop the long distance is the physical activity. So while you're in separation, I'm presuming that you are. That's what the kind of what the card is saying to me. Get to the gym, and that's nothing against you. I got to get my big butt to the gym too. Hopefully, not to do anything else to my butt until there's something goes on with this stomach. That's another story. Further advice from the so he's not gonna have to worry about this money for much longer. Then he'll be able to do all the things, the parenting, the domestic harmony, the relationship, brand new start, all that kind of stuff. But give him a little time for his abundance to come in. And for you, creativity, you work on something, spiritual career. Get into what you enjoy doing to create your own abundance and stuff. Maybe something having to do with this physical activity, maybe yoga or something that's spiritual and physical. They're crossing. That could be masculine. Fun times. He's looking forward to maybe even being able to date and stuff, like as this courting man. Fun times ahead is what he's looking forward to. And you, new love. Just as we started, we're back to it. We've come full circle, like how karma does. It goes around, like a hula hoop, as they say. I hope that you enjoyed your reading, dear. Namaste, Angel.